Wow, look at all the people.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that. Oh gosh. I'm still in shock. He's not gone. He's right here by my side. His spirit will live forever. He's telling that joke. As I say all these things about him, he's telling that joke on the side. We made so much music together. We recorded so many albums. We traveled all over the world so many times. Last year, or might have been the year before. As I get older now, I can't remember. But we were in Palermo, staying in this old castle on the beach. And everybody had their own room in this castle. Eddie was right down the hall. And we wondered why the people who ran the castle would leave at nighttime. And they'd come back in the morning. I said, hey, Eddie, it's kind of weird, huh? Well, on the day we were supposed to leave, we bring our bags out, and we're sitting outside, and Eddie comes up to me and says, Bobby, guess what? I said, what? He said, I saw the ghost of the castle here last night. I said, you did? I said, what did he look like? He said he was standing there in these dark clothes, and he was standing at the foot of my bed. I said, well, what did you do? He says, I couldn't do anything, man. All I could do is just look and watch this cat just sit there and hover over me. He says, no wonder these people leave. Well, the castle, the castle was haunted, of course. Boy, and I tell you, we got in the car and we were driving to the airport. Rosemary was there, she knows.
I believe you.
Boy, and we laughed so hard that we got out of there, you know. But you know, like, but there's so many stories of us traveling around, doing things here. You know, as I started to get sick, Eddie would call me all the time, you know, and ask me how I was doing. Well, he was riding his bicycle all the time. And so he says, hey, Bobby, I'm going to bring you down a piece of apple pie. No, I'm going to bring a whole pie down. I said, okay, come on down. So he comes down, he brings this apple pie. And we sit there and we're just tearing this pie up. Now, he said this to me. He says, you know, I'm not supposed to eat sweets. He says, so don't tell Sue. Don't tell Sue about the pie. I said, don't worry, don't worry. Rosemary drove up and she says, hi, you guys, you're sitting around talking. Yeah. What is that? And we said, well, what's left of her apple pie? She said, you didn't save anything for me? We tore that pie. But, gosh. You know, as I look back at the albums and the album covers really sort of tell a story.
Right.
You see us as young.
Right.
You see us at either black hair or not bald, a full head of hair. You know, you see the clothes in those days, and and you see the time go by. Well, in the last, as I was going to say, Eddie would call me, you know, 3 times a week. And he'd always say, hey, Hutchersons, what you doing? Hey, Bobby, how you doing? And Eddie would start telling me about gigs he'd be making, things he'd be doing, and tell me about the family and stuff. And so he'd always end the conversation with, hey, Bobby, you know, I got to run now. I got some things to do. And I'd say, okay. And then I'd say, hey, Eddie. And he said, what? I said, I love you. And Eddie would say, I love you too. I said, okay, see you later. So I started doing this every time he would call. And then these last few times that he called me, he would say, hey, Bobby, I got to go now. I got some things to do. I said, okay. He said, hey, Bobby. I said, what? He said, I love you. And I said, Eddie, I love you too. And that was like this most wonderful thing for us after all these years to share this little statement on the phone together. Hey, Eddie. I love you.